Speaker, I rise to laud the very articulate State of the Nation address that was well articulated by the President. Honorable Speaker, across the entire speech of the President, it was laced with realism on how we are and we are doing as an economy. And I want to thank the President for not painting misplaced optimism on how things are. Because part of leadership is to talk straight, and talking straight, the first chapter is to tell the truth. And Honorable Speaker, the President addressed the nation on the reality of the matters, and of course, also enumerating the direction which we are taking to take Kenya forward. Honorable Speaker, I want first of all to talk about the macros that the President referred to, and say that in terms of the measurement of the economy, I want to take it into two perspectives. One, there is the economy of the pocket, on the sentiments about Kenyans, the cost of living, and other things that affect Kenyans directly, but also on the other side, the macro side of the economy. And Honorable Speaker, I want to agree with the President that we are burning midnight oil because there is a lot of room for improvement when it comes to the economy of the pocket and the cost of living. And Honorable Speaker, we are doing the math that we can so that that side of the economy also is commensurate with the other of the macros. The one I'm talking about for macros, Honorable Speaker, beyond the hardships that there are in the economy, because they are there, and it is good that as leaders, we also associate with the reality that is there. Honorable Speaker, the truth of the matter is that in the macro sense of the economy, Kenya is actually doing much well comparatively to other nations of the world. And Honorable Speaker, these are facts. And facts are not generated by a regime. Facts are also generated by international bodies like the IMF and the World Bank. And quoting the data from our own Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, which is also buttressed by the data from the IMF and World Bank, Honorable Speaker, in this year of 2023, I'll use only two parameters to also show that Kenya is also not doing as badly as it appears, that we are also doing very well on the perspective of comparing Kenya to other nations. I will use inflation and also economic growth. Honorable Speaker, on the facet of economic growth, this year of 2023, in the first quarter, Kenya grew by 5.3%. That is real GDP. The nominal one actually grew by much higher. Honorable Speaker, the second quarter of 2023, the Kenyan GDP grew by the same, actually 5.3. Honorable Speaker, by the data from World Bank and IMF, Kenya was actually the fastest, the 29th fastest growing economy in the world. And Honorable Speaker, these are facts, and it's good that we say them because they are there, and it's our country. On the side of the inflation, Honorable Speaker, the entire world has been faced with increased inflationary pressures. But Honorable Speaker, it is good to note that comparing Kenya now and Kenya a year before, by then in terms of inflation, we were almost cruising into double digit in terms of inflation. But Honorable Speaker, as we talk now, the inflation in Kenya is actually within our own benchmark, because the benchmark of inflation in Kenya is 5%, and then a band of 2.5% either way. And at the current rate of below 7%, Kenya is doing fairly well. But I also want to say, Honorable Speaker, that the side of inflation, we are doing much well on the side of food inflation, but we are also, these advantages are also being weighed down by the fuel inflation. But Honorable Speaker, we are doing the best that we can to also stabilize that side. On the other side around agriculture, Honorable Speaker, the policy on fertilizer is working very well. That is why in Kenya, we are likely to have the best harvest ever in Kenya this season, where we are anticipating to have over 45 million bags of maize in only one season. Honorable Speaker, all the other previous regimes were
1 more minute. The Speaker has the discretion of giving you an additional minute, being a ranking member.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I was talking about education, and Honorable Speaker, all the other previous regimes were fearing to implement CPC because it's very expensive and very complex. But Honorable Speaker, we thought it is not right that we continue postponing a good thing, and that is why CPC is already working in Kenya. And Honorable Speaker, I'll be enumerating tomorrow on the measures we have taken in regards to supplementary estimates, but I want to assure the country of Kenya that we are well funding our education sector, because this is the sector that polishes and also adds value to our labor, which is the human capital. Honorable Speaker, I thank the President.